Sorry I'm a little bit late here. Got problems. Let me go there. Let me go back here. I need to correct a few things here. Let's see. OTR. Okay. Alright. I hope everything works out. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to have to go here. And 770. Okay. Okay. I'm going to have to correct something here. Collections, tracks. And then I'm going to correct this. Yeah, I want to delete that. Okay, I don't know why this is doing this, but it is. And number 1. Oh, goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, we're on, folks. And something is going screwy. Spreaker. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here. Just give me one little moment here. And I'm going to redo this. One more thing. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'm having problems tonight. Don't mind me. I'll be on with the show in a few moments. Alright. But I'm having a little bit of issues right now with this crazy ass system. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Why isn't this working? Okay. Not working. Okay. We'll close that. Okay. I'm not interested in this. Okay. Okay, somebody's got, come on. Okay, hey, I'm having problems right now. Yeah, I hope everybody reset everything, because I have 2 shows going right now. Alright, I got everything hooked up here, ready. Red eye to go. Red eye. Hope y'all don't get red eye trying to hear this. Isn't there a show called Red Eye on Fox News? Something like that. Anyway, it comes on when I get up in the morning. Hey, greetings, everyone. This is the intern show, kind of a late intern show. And is my voice bouncing that up and down? Yes, it is, so everything's in order. Okay, give this about a few moments here. I got a wheel spinning around on this software. I didn't get anything to do what I want to do. Okay, hold on. Okay. Close that. Okay, now I got the one I wanted. Alright, well, that's Monday Mystery Theatre. Hey, it's good to have a theme for everything. Well, not everything. A lot of things. It's good to have a theme for any show that you're doing. Unless you're a news guy and you're winging it and a dingbat like Angela comes along and screws up the show. Just kidding. What kind of name is that? Angela Poof. Anyway. News guy creamed her. It was no fair. She didn't have a chance. News guy should have cut it a little short. It's like it's like you ever see one of the new, like a Fiat that came out over the past couple of years. Those old roller skate Fiats. Well, that's what Angela Truth was like against the bulldozer. And she didn't have a chance. It was an unfair match. News guy outwitted her. But that's another show. And we got another show going on here. And this is Monday Mystery Theatre, as promised. They came up with a theme for Monday. And Somebody also recommended CBS Radio Mystery Theater for future shows. I might use those in due course. So, for tonight, I found out about this show through it's kind of a local NPR station. The actual NPR outlet, well, we got two. We got the white NPR outlet. It's a WYPR, used to be part of Johns Hopkins. And then we have WEAA or something from Morgan University. That's the black NPR. But they got WAMU over in Washington, which I consider local as well. Local to the Baltimore and Washington areas. And on Sunday night, I think it's 7 o'clock, they have a show there with a lot of the old radio shows. You want to hear it? Like I said, Sunday night, Eastern Time. And the address is www.wamu.org. It's Farm American University. Again, the Sunday night NPR type, the NPR station doing the old shows in Washington, www.wamu.org. And it's at 7 p.m. Sunday in the Eastern Time Zone, which would now probably be, 2300 UTC, GMT? I prefer GMT. Okay, for tonight, this one sounds kind of strange, folks. The one I'm about to kick up here, I'm playing 2 episodes of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, so I'm only going to say it once, only have to say it once. And the first one will be from the 24th of June, 1962. So we're coming up towards the end of the run of that show. And it's called The Food of Death Matter. And I'm going to start it right now on the Old Time Radio Show with the Intern. Here we go.
Johnny Dollar.
Well, hi, old Johnny.
Hmm?
This is your old cousin Luther.
Cousin Luther?
Luther, Pennaroll, Nashville.
Oh, sure. Four State Insurance Company. How are you, Lou?
Tolerable, Johnny, tolerable. But, ooh, have I got me a problem.
What kind of problem?
A Henry Sweetwater problem on account of the accident policy we sold him.
Well, if you sold him a policy and he's had an accident, I'm afraid you're stuck with it.
Yeah? Even if that accident was on purpose?
Oh?
Yes, sir. I think that old man Sweetwater is trying to take us, that's what. And if you can come on down here and prove it, Johnny, well, that's fraud, you know?
Okay, Luther. I'm on my way.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Four State Insurance Company, Nashville, Tennessee office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Hood of Death matter. Expense account item 1, $5.80 for a cab to Bradley Field. Item 2, $58.36 plane fare. Thanks to a good air connection from New York, it was only a few minutes after noon when we circled in over Nashville, passing the tower of station WLAC. Nashville is a beautiful city, set in a bowl-shaped valley surrounded by lush, wooded hills. It straddles the Cumberland River, retaining its quiet Old South charm. We landed at Berry Field Airport. Item 3, $1.70 for a cab into the Dinkler Andrew Jackson Hotel, where I parked my luggage. Then a couple of minutes later, met Luther Pennyroyal in front of his office.
Okay now, Johnny. This cheap, chiseling, conniving client of ours is an old crook by the name of Mr. Henry Sweetwater. Don't let that name fool you.
Why a crook, Lou?
Well, he made himself a pile of money with a lot of snide property deals. Used to say that if you could outsmart Sweetwater, you could outsmart the devil himself. And it's true.
Oh, I see.
And knowing how he'd try and cheat us, maybe I was wrong in writing up an accident policy with all the special clauses he demanded.
Now, wait a minute. What kind of an accident he had?
Well, he said he was hit by a car down to where he lives.
I take it you don't believe it,
No, sir. I think he faked it, just to get his hand back in again and outsmart somebody.
And you had a doctor look him over?
Yes, sure. And on account of he carried his little act too far, he did get a busted arm.
Well,
Just the same,
I mean-
Johnny, I just don't believe it was any accident. And Doc Carraway don't neither. And all the extra stuff that he's claiming, and when you see him and talk to him and see what a conniving old fox he is, you won't think so neither.
All right, then why don't we go see him?
We are, Johnny. Here's my car. Get in.
What's the name of this town? Laverne, did you say, Lou?
That's right, about 10 more miles. Old Sweetwater's home.
You keep calling him old. How old is he?
77.
Oh. Lives alone, does he?
No, sir. He's married to the prettiest young gal you ever did see.
He is, huh?
And I'll tell you this, too, Johnny. If he hadn't come along with all his money, I would have tried to marry up with Bill and May myself.
Wait a minute, Lou. There could be a familiar pattern there. You think she might have married him for his money?
You don't want the truth? I really believe she did.
In other words, if he were to have a fatal accident...
Oh, now, listen, Johnny. You're trying to say that Bill and May
Rich
could be...
old man with a pretty young wife. It's happened before, you know.
No, she couldn't.
Don't be too sure.
Maybe she did marry him for money. She's staying with him on account of she loves him.
Well, we'll see.
And I guess that's the only reason I haven't gotten hitched up with her sister, Patty Jane.
What do you mean?
Now, Patty Jane wants money, too, in addition to what they give her to live on.
Well, wait a minute. If she, too, would benefit if something happens to him...
No, Johnny. She's just the kind of member of the family, and she... Now, what's the matter with this car?
Maybe a bad plug?
Yeah. Anyhow, the reason I called you is I think old Sweetwater knows I'm wise to him, see? And if he does, Johnny, there is nothing that old rascal wouldn't do to keep me from proving he's trying... Now, what is the matter with this thing? Listen, you all hear that funny sound?
Pull off the road, Lou. Come on, pull over. Hurry.
Sounds like it's under the hood.
Just don't talk. Stop her. All right, come on. Now, let's get that hood up.
Oh, sure, Johnny. If you like.
All right, now, let's see here.
Well, what's all the excitement about?
There it is. Here, now. I got it. Right through that far enough.
Bomb. That was a bomb?
Yeah. Neatly wired up to your ignition. Come on, Lou. Let's get down there and see him.
Only a bit more now, Johnny. Boy, am I shook up.
It was a close call.
I told you, Johnny, if he ever got wise that I was wise to him, something like this might happen. Well, we'll be there soon.
Now, go on now, Lou. You were telling me about Sweetwater's so-called accident.
Uh-huh. Well, he claims that after the car hit him, he just lay there at the bottom of this hill until Bill and May come driving up 2-3 hours later from shopping up to Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
So, on top of his broken arm, he's claiming shock, disability, and everything else he can think of. But what I'm going to claim after what happened back there, well, you just wait.
Doesn't make any sense, though, Lou.
It don't, huh? Oh, well, you see.
Who would have wired that thing up for him? Who is this Dr. Carraway you mentioned?
Even older than Sweetwater. Used to be an Austell calf. But I'll say this for him.
Yeah?
When he couldn't find any sign of an accident, no tire marks or nothing, well, he's the one called me up. And then when Sweetwater wouldn't give us some real facts about the accident, or how it come he didn't hear the car coming at him, or how come he didn't take a look at it when it hit him, if it was a car that hit him, well, then I knew he was faking her. Now, look, right about here, just before we turn up the hill to the house, is where he says it happened.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice modern house up there. 2-car garage, huh?
One for Bill and May and one for Patty Jane to use when she comes to visit. And you see that smoke out of that chimney?
From a fireplace this time of year?
Even this time of year. The old coot just sits there in front of his fire figuring out ways...
This ever happened to you? You're driving down a long highway or working late, and then monotony makes you feel drowsy. Perk up with No-Dose. No-Dose keeps you alert with the same safe refresher found in coffee. Yet No-Dose is faster, handier, more reliable, absolutely not habit-forming. The safe way to stay alert without harmful stimulants. No-Dose.
That explosion not only blew out the chimney end of the living room, but the force of it stopped our car in its tracks. Fortunately, there was no fire, only a rain of bricks, mortar,